Marie is a digital curator at the local museum. She's also responsible for the museum's website and social media profiles and wants to know more about what kind of content or services users want. Marie has been using analytics tools such as Google Analytics to learn about online user behavior. For example, how many people visit the museum's website and profiles, where they come from, and how they interact with the content. But she cannot get the whole picture based only on online statistics. She's also interested in user attitudes, perceptions, and suggestions. So Marie decides to develop a questionnaire and conduct an online survey. In this session, we will briefly overview online survey tools. We'll talk about how to responsibly and ethically handle personal information collected through online surveys, and we'll share basic tips on data analysis and data presentation. Marie already knows that data collection begins with a clear definition of goals and purposes. Her goal is to assess adequacy and quality of the museum's digital presence, and she's doing it to improve the museum's services and develop the museum's audience. Marie wants users to describe how they see the museum's role in the community. What values do they assign to it? And what kind of digital services would they like to see in the future? This is called qualitative data. It is non-numeric data such as descriptions, opinions, and beliefs. It cannot be simply tracked and measured. Usually, it is collected through interviews, questionnaires, or observation. In addition, Marie will collect demographic data such as users' age, profession, or level of education to provide context for their attitudes and opinions. It will also help her come up with targeted services and communication strategies for different user groups. However, Marie is aware that demographic data falls under personal data protection. Any research conducted with human participants, especially if it involves personal data, requires an informed consent. So at the beginning of her questionnaire, Marie will explain to the respondents who she is, what the purpose of her survey is, and what she will do with the data. She should also provide her contact info. The participants need to agree to participate in the survey. In online surveys, this is usually done by clicking an agree button or through statements such as by completing this survey you're consenting to participate in the study. It's also important to inform the respondents of their rights. For example, the right to withdraw the consent at any time. The next step is finding a tool for creating and distributing online surveys. Some of the popular tools are Google Forms, Lime Survey, SurveyMonkey, and Typeform. They provide a possibility of creating various types of questions. For example, closed-ended questions that can only be answered by choosing from a select number of options, and include multiple choice and rating scales. But in this case, Marie prefers open-ended questions, which ask the respondents to describe their experiences or express their attitudes. They require text boxes for more detailed answers. In most online survey tools, the researcher can determine the logical sequence of questions, for example, skip questions based on previous answers. However, usually these options are available in paid versions. Other useful features include a bank of questions available for using or customizing, and the option of importing questions from other questionnaires. Once she has created the questionnaire, Marie will send it out by sharing the link via email, website, or social media. And when the results are in, she needs to analyze them. The good news is that most online survey tools already include analysis and presentation of some quantifiable data. If more complex analyses are needed, there's an option of exporting data to different data analysis tools such as Google Sheets, Excel, or Crunchio. Analysis tools automate many routines, but Marie should still be familiar with some basic statistical concepts and procedures when interpreting her numbers. One of them is cross-tabulation, or comparing two sets of data within one chart to see how they relate to one another. For example, how satisfaction with website design is related to users' age. Another is statistical significance, which basically means making sure that the relationship between two or more variables isn't random. Marie should also be aware of the difference between correlation and causation. This means that if two variables are correlated, it doesn't automatically mean that one of them causes the other. On the other hand, qualitative data is usually analyzed by coding. Coding means reading the texts, recognizing patterns in topics or sentiments, and classify them by assigning them codes. This can be done manually or, in case of larger datasets, with the help of text analysis software such as Monkey-Learn or Google Cloud Natural Language. Text analysis software uses natural language processing techniques to automatically extract keywords and classify texts. Still, it is a good idea to double-check it manually. It is important to keep in mind that regardless of data analysis processes and techniques, data collected from a survey should be properly curated. It should be backed up and kept in a safe place, preferably in a neutral or widely used data format. The next step for Marie is to present the results. She may want to report to her manager or perhaps even publish her findings in a professional journal. Either way, she needs to pay attention to data visualization. Most people find raw data or even tabular data boring and difficult to make sense of. That's why data is usually visualized in charts, plots, dashboards, infographics, and other graphic forms. This is an important part of data storytelling, the ability to present data within a context and for a specific audience. As Marie has already learned, many survey tools and data analysis tools provide visualization of the results. If this isn't enough, for example, if she wants to combine and merge data from different sources, she knows that simple graphs and charts can be created in presentation tools such as PowerPoint or graphic design platforms such as Canva. She can choose the type of graph depending on what she wants to present, and in addition, in Canva, she can choose among various customizable templates. Both tools enable her to copy and paste or import data and data categories from spreadsheets, which is then automatically turned into a graph. The most common types of graphs are line charts, used for presenting change or progression, for example, the growth of followers on a social profile. Pie charts, used to illustrate proportion, for example, the proportion of senior citizens in the overall number of followers. And column charts, used to show comparisons among different categories, for example, the number of website visitors and the number of social media followers per year. The most engaging form of data visualization is infographics. Different templates for infographics can be found in Canva, Visme, and Piktochart. Marie is now ready to start working on her survey. Here's what she needs to know. When designing and sending out a survey, she has to make sure that the respondents understand what is asked of them and agree to participate. There is a variety of available online tools for creating questionnaires, and they also provide data analysis or integration with other analysis software. But even if Marie is using tools for data analysis, she still needs to understand basics of statistical and textual analysis because it will help her interpret the results correctly. And finally, when presenting her findings, she should use visualization tools to make her data more understandable and compelling. Thank you for watching the session.